But yes, it's been a while.
It has been a while, man. Jesus.
Hell.
I feel like I ain't sat on this couch in like months.
3 weeks. But honestly. Yes, people, welcome to Just Unplug. Sorry, I want to say, of course, we're taking so long. But at the end of the show, I'm going to obviously tell you why and reasons why I've taken this long. One reason obviously is busy times. Everyone's busy.
Yeah, man. The
Yeah?
schedule's been clashing, boy.
Exactly. But I've got some special guests with us today. Very controversial discussion, I would say.
Yeah.
Topic. But I
Some
think
people
it's
might
needed,
be
right?
hurt, boy.
I think it's important that we have these
I
conversations.
think so, honestly. I feel like in our society today, you see it, but no one really wants to
Dive
talk
in.
about it. You know what I mean? So we're going to have... But to my far left, do you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Abdi, or you call me Abdi Aziz. So yeah.
Yes.
Abdi Aziz.
Abdi's.
Abdi for short. Yeah.
Mashallah, blood.
He's got both madness together. Hey, man, respect, my G. What about you, covered?
Hi, I'm Danica.
The one and only.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah, man, tell people a little about yourself, what you do day to day, you know.
So myself,
Yeah.
currently I'm a dental nurse in training. Besides that, I'm a very creative individual. I do music, fashion, and food. Yeah.
What you have to, you don't want to share it, no?
For me, well, I have 2 jobs at the moment. Got a newborn on the side. I kind of do like Forex, crypto, whatnot.
Lovely.
And then
He's a tradesman.
Yeah.
Love that.
Hopefully it blows.
I mean,
one
you don't
day,
need to introduce
but
yourself.
I think it's proper
You've done that enough,
interesting.
innit?
But I can't seem to wrap my head around how trading works. And
It's
everything.
numbers, if you see what I mean. It's a probability game, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Lovely.
And a lot of luck, so yeah.
All right. Maybe you can put me on. You know.
Yeah, 100%.
Abdi's a little shy. I can sense the little shyness still.
Abdi ain't shy, man. Nah, he's just one of them people. Like
When I get
he's just a cool
comfortable,
guy, innit?
When he gets
Exactly.
me in the moment, I'm there.
You'll see him jumping on tables and them kind of thing there, man. Don't worry, he's a slow creeper. He's a creeper.
Yeah. I'll let you do your thing.
Got
then,
no
yeah.
filter, but yeah.
But I don't know if you lot have watched like what social media is going on like right now. The whole what's his name? Will Smith coming back,
Oh yeah.
apologizing and stuff like that.
Months later.
Like how long? Months?
Yeah.
You're like wow, 2 months, mate.
Yeah, it's been about 2-3 months since since that whole palaver with
Briefly, like,
Will
what do
Smith
you
and
think?
Chris Rock. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. As I said on the previous podcast, like when we talked about it,
Yeah.
in the moment, obviously
Yeah.
my man wasn't thinking. You know what I mean? I feel like it was just a quick
Reflex.
like reflex
Exactly.
to what happened.
Yeah.
But now that he's actually had time to like deep it, you know, talk to people about it, you know, and have some self-reflection.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's felt like, okay, cool. Maybe it is late, but you know, it's better late than never.
Yeah.
And at least he'll be sincere about it now.
That's true,
Because for him to say sorry at a time where he didn't feel like he didn't feel like
sorry about
apologizing,
everything, yeah.
then it's just gonna be an empty apology.
That's
so what's
true.
the point
That's
in
true.
apologizing? But he's actually had time to think about it, be like, okay, cool. This, that. Do I feel like I need to apologize? He felt like he needed to apologize now.
Yeah.
He actually means it. Whether Chris Rock, you know, takes it or not, that's his own.
Actually, interesting you said that as well,
But
'cause-
at least
yeah.
he can say, okay, I recognize what I did.
Yeah.
I apologize, and I can go about my day now. Do you know what I mean?
True.
So
That's
I
true.
think that's
Yeah.
funny though, because I'll never ever think like I'll ever see like Will Smith react.
Yeah,
like that.
thank you.
But I don't know
Yeah.
Will Smith personally, so I guess it's just an emotional thing. Because besides everything, he's always kept it professional when it comes
Yeah.
to his career
That's
and
so
whatnot.
true.
Besides the whole relationship stuff,
that's so
Yeah.
true.
but to see him actually get physical in front of the camera, that's something you never think of seeing.
Yeah.
Because he's
That's
such like
true.
a
That's true.
I think his emotions
That's
got the best
yeah,
of him.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Especially in such a space where you have all these people that you've grown up with and have so much respect for you to react that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nah, that's true.
Wow.
I agree with you lot. Like, I like twisting it a little bit. What do you Do you think like
Sure.
things would have been different if Will Smith had like a white partner, like interracial kind of marriage?
What do you mean, like, if he was defending his wife who was white?
You could say that.
He would have got a lot of hate for it.
Could you also say that, because a lot of people blame Jada and the whole stigma thing and like it's her fault. Do you think like if it was a white person, she would have guided Will Smith in a lot better manner?
What?
Do you think? I know. I'm just saying.
It's a very leading question because you can only get like one answer that's gonna do something with racism.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm leading to in a way, like, you know, the
I
whole
think
racism
he was protecting
thing.
his wife regardless of her skin or what, because I don't think it was a thing where because she's a black woman and somebody's mocking her, why he's gonna slap someone. I think it's just a thing where this is my wife, and regardless of what we've been through in the media, no one's gonna stand in front of her face and just mock her directly when it's something that she's like, she's got so much shit going on behind the scenes. Like she's going through like a whole hair condition where she's losing her hair and stuff, and it's like, with that emotional side of things and you're embarrassing my wife in front of me, you will get slapped. I think it's just a thing like that.
Yeah.
Of course, nah. Obviously, before people start jumping on me, like, what kind of dodgy question
Nah,
are you asking?
do you know
like,
what? Yeah,
that's a crazy.
No, it's
way
not.
of
No,
thinking.
do you know? No, it's not a crazy question.
I don't think it's crazy.
But I think I kind of get what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Because cultural wise, it could have been different if Jada was like a white woman, because you know they could play the in like the black culture, quote unquote.
Exactly,
you know, this is how we deal with stuff. Kind of thing.
Exactly,
But then if he has a white wife, maybe she could have influenced, you know, her kind of cultural background on him that could have made him react differently. But at the same time, you can't.
Yeah, I think you said it well for me.
Yeah, you can't. You can't judge it.
But it wasn't coming out the right way.
You can't. You actually can't judge it because at the end of the day, he's his own person.
Yeah, and I guess the way how you're saying, like, if he had a white wife, you'd say, you'd think or you'd suggest that they would deal with things differently.
Yeah.
But that's the stigma that's put on our culture as well, that black people just deal with things aggressively.
Exactly.
And I don't know how white people would deal with that, because
exactly.
So I don't know. I guess we should have somebody.
I just find it interesting, like when I put my mind like that and stuff like that. I don't know.
Abdi, what's your thoughts?
It's a bit of a sticky one because Jada is black, and the other, if you're reversing, the role, she would have dealt it in a more. Well, Will Smith would have looked like a hero on Twitter, if you see what I mean. Or he's defending his wife, etc., etc. It would have blown, but him doing it to Jada, as you lot said, made a fair point. The whole angry black woman, angry black man, it doesn't look good, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
He would have played out different if she was I don't think he would have reacted that way. And if he did, he would have been like, oh, he's protecting his wife kind of thing, if you see what I mean.
Interesting. I just like everyone's view and how they look at the same thing, but think differently. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, slightly twisting the question, what's your thoughts on interracial dating, interracial marriage? I mean,
like in general or for your own personal taste?
Let's start off in general before we dive into like a religious
It's
part,
a very sensitive
you know
subject, I would say. For example, in the Somali community, we tend to stay in our own.
Yeah.
So with experience and family, I've personally seen where when Somali girl marries outside the culture, she tends to get, families won't support her in any way, or they'll push her away, be like, oh, why are you marrying that black man? Yeah. If you see what I mean?
Exactly,
but Somalians need to deep that at the end of the day, they're literally black themselves.
Exactly,
so
they're African.
It doesn't matter if the girl brings like a Nigerian, Jamaican, whatever it is. If you see what I mean, they need to come out the whole, if you're not marrying inside your cousin, nephew, whatever, if you see what I mean, we're going to kick you out of the family, no one's going to speak to you financially, all of that needs to stop, if you see what I mean. It's hurtful, if you see what I mean. I've seen family go through it. It's disgusting, from my opinion.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Before I answer, can I ask you a question?
Okay.
Sure,
So
go
it's
for it.
like, in your group of friends or around you, like, has anyone like married outside your culture, or whether that is like black, white, and personally, like, have you seen what it's like? Like, is it the same, or just because they're
from
like
experience.
close to you? Like, is it love, or is it like, what is it like?
For example, majority of my people, or the way my crew is usually full of West Africans.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? And all the time they're like, oh, look at that beautiful Somalian girl. I know one brother very close to me, he's dating a Somalian girl, but every time it comes for advice, and I'm like, it's a very touchy subject, if you see what I mean. It depends on her family. If her family is very open, then it could be a smoother process. Then you can get married, or you know, you can leave it in good terms. But if her family is more conservative or Muslim, then it makes it harder for you. Then the second part is, are you Muslim or not? If you're Muslim, then you kind of have a chance. But if you're not Muslim, then it's like,
it's 10 times
tight,
harder.
if you see what I mean. Then you're just gonna get more hate and racism. If you see what I mean. So it's very.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Sorry.
I think look at this one trying to already go on. I can't even say nothing.
Sorry.
Does my opinion not matter?
Go on.
I think, in general, obviously, I always go by the statement like love is love, innit? So regardless of sexuality, race, gender, whatever it is, love is love, innit? If you love someone, then you love that person.
Yeah.
And I think we also need to recognise that interracial dating is not just a black and white person. You can have, as Abdi said, you can have someone who's like West African black, and then with someone who's East African black, that have different cultures. You can have an Asian going with, you know, like a straight American, or there's different groupings of interracial dating. Do I think that there's levels to acceptability within that? Yeah. So I feel like the black and white coupling is the one that's looked at the most as like, oh, like,
you feel some type of
like, do you know what I mean? It's like, that's the one that's like, oh, you know, white woman, black man, white man, black woman, kind of thing. I think that's the one that's kind of looked down on the most out of, you know, any other like interracial couplings or groupings. But yeah, I think people should just be able to just date who they want to date, marry who they want to marry, without all of these extra, like, you know, things like religion getting involved, or cultural beliefs to a certain extent getting involved, stuff like that. I just think that as long as those two people that are in matrimony together, they're cool with what they're doing, they love each other, they know what it is. You know, it's at the end of the day, it's them living together. It's them in the relationship.
Yeah, you got a point.
What about you? What's your view on it?
My view on it is, like, start within first of all. You know, loving. I feel like love is strong. It's an energy kind of thing, and what you feel for that person. I don't think it should be a thing of, oh, you're not Muslim. You know, so I can't love you the same way my heart really wants to love you. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this generation is becoming to maybe like a position where it's
more
getting worse. For example, I want to show that love to whoever my eye catches or whatever, and now society is going to judge me off that. And then within us now, we're going to have that kind of mind battling thing. Like, I really want to love you, but my parents or whatever, my friends don't want to love you the way I want to love you. So I feel like it kind of, you know, plays with the guy's mental health as well. Say that. And
you basically
puts the guy in a difficult situation. You know, what do I do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why it goes back to maybe what Naomi said. Maybe like forget what anyone else said. Like, what do you two want?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
but then at the same time, you know, it can be hard for some people to interracially date, as Abdi said. Look, you know, for his culture, they prefer to stay within their culture because of their tradition, because of their culture. And I know that is the same for quite a lot of other cultures. I know it's the same for like the Chinese culture, the Korean culture, all them kind of people. They stay
Asians,
within, they stay within their people, and it's only the ones that dare to go outside and go against their cultural or like their traditional beliefs of their family and what they grew up in are the ones, you know, that get ridiculed and stuff like that. And it's like, why should they get ridiculed? Because they don't necessarily follow in what, you know, their culture follows in, or what their parents followed in, or what their family follows in, because it's not that. Yes, you are marrying their family at the same time, but at the same time, you're not living in the same house with their family. You're going to be living in the same house with them. You're going to be going on dates with them. You're going to be going away with them, like most of the time. Do you know what I mean? So,
but do you think it actually boils down to like just cultures in general? Like, say African culture, for example, you probably want to date more in your own culture because that's what you're used to. Arabs, the same thing. Chinese, same thing. Japanese, same thing. I guess it's just more on like what you personal like I guess needs and desires, like what you want as a person, because it doesn't matter if I was raised Muslim or Christian or whatever. It's like what I look for, what I'm attracted to, that I'm gonna go for.
Exactly.
And it doesn't matter how long you fake it, unless you can fake it forever. You're gonna eventually figure out what you like and what you desire. Because nobody wanna be with somebody for 50 years of their life and you're not actually attracted to them.
Yeah, or happy.
And also, let's not even play it down. You got some guys who are out there testing it out. Like, let me see what it's like to date a white woman, or what kind of energy am I gonna get? Is that, you know, experiment, you know what I'm saying, that kind of thing. Or let me go to a light skin girl, let me see what it's like there, and then maybe let me see what it feels like to be with a black girl. You know what I'm saying?
They tested the waters.
That's what I'm saying. There are people who actually say in their mind like, yo, I want to do that to actually find out where I fit in well.
Yeah, but sometimes you test it out and then you end up falling for that person. And then the whole topic comes up again. Am I going to be accepted? If you see what I mean. So, for example, in my culture, even then, it depends what kind of clan you're from, or what kind of family, tribe. If you see what I mean, even then, there's still that racism. So it's always going to come. It doesn't matter if you're Asian, white, black. For example, the Asian communities tend to hate black people the most. They don't accept. If you see what I mean, they don't literally. They would not accept. Like, as you not know, black people are the most accepting people. We usually marry everyone.
Yeah, we marry all types of people.
What race they're from. But like Arabs, we know they're racist. Asians, they won't mingle with you. Their parents would not accept you. So for me, it's like you're just dating the girl. You're not seeing a future with her. And even if you do, majority of the time, she's going to get backlash from her family. She might get death threats. If you see what I mean.
Kicked out, all them kind of things. Disowned,
so many things. If you see what I mean, mentally,
it's crazy.
If you can go through it in the end, then but then it's always going to be like if it together in underground, overground, in a restaurant.
Okay, I can understand like to a certain degree why obviously culture, like your culture has a very important role to play with it, but I think like all the things that's happened with like our history and just black history and everything, how we've been treated and stuff like that, I think a lot of parents like kind of like want to teach you like all these things that's happened to us, but not like make your decision for you. Say you're not meant to love somebody who's lighter than you or whatever it is. They want to educate you on your history, but not teach you to hate exactly, but they're teaching you to love, but I don't know. It's a bit.
I know what you mean.
It's not their fault at the end of the day.
I know what you mean.
I don't know what I'm trying to
but
say.
Also, like, you know what it is? That's what's funny as well, because like maybe the parents could have experienced something in the past where they have zero trust issues of maybe of a white person or a black person or whatever, you know, and. Just because, like, I'm not speaking for all like everyone, not just saying, because I'm black.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to date maybe a white person, but it can happen the other way around as well. You could be white, don't want to date a black person.
But I have black friends, like, I have a couple girlfriends that would not, they don't exactly go for black men even though they're black.
Yeah. Have they given their reasons though? Like,
or
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that more?
Yeah, more like attraction as well, and how they've been treated and stuff like that.
right.
Yeah, and also I have like white girlfriends that only go for like black men as well. So it's like,
I think that's more along the lines of like preference rather than just saying
Love.
rather than just saying no, I just don't want to date this kind of person. It's just that my preference and what I'm attracted to is that. But then again, obviously, some people might have experiences as well, as you said. They might have experiences with dating an Asian person or white person or whatever it is, and it scarred them to date someone of that culture or that race again. So they've gone to someone else. Yeah. So there's different things.
How long it's taken for like say like interracial marriage to actually be legal in certain places? Like in America, it took so long, like 50 something years for that to even be legal. Like they would actually like some states would hunt you down if they find out that you're married to a black man, like, you know. I think I read something that was like said like 19 something 60 something, I don't even know.
I got a question though. How would you approach your parents saying you want to date a black, white, Asian, whatever it is? How would you touch that subject with your parents, if you see what I mean? Would you tell them from get-go, from day one, or would you wait until you kind of love the person and you're ready for it?
The thing is, I don't know what it would be like approaching my dad with the conversation that I'm dating somebody like who's white or from a different culture. But at the same time, I know that like I've had this discussion with my mom, like where she was like, so tell me about your partner, whatever it is. But like I joked and said that he was white, and she didn't like bug her or anything. She was just like, okay, show me a picture then.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like she's saying like she's like, you know what it is, like I've allowed you to be the woman that you are. Like I've showed you certain things. Now it's up to you to decide like how you're gonna approach like love and certain things, because it's not straightforward. Like you're not gonna get the blueprint.
Would you have an issue if you had a daughter?
Well, I have daughter.
Don't get behind the bush. Let me stick this on you. So would you have an issue one day daughter grow up to be a lovely, beautiful princess, and then she brings a white man and said, "This is the love of my life."
Look at his face. Look at his face. He had to pause for a second.
I've always had this discussion, and I've always said I don't mind her dating anyone but the Asian community, if you see what I mean. Fairly from what I've seen and what I've dealt with and all the racism I got from them. But anyone else, if they brought, I'll be like, you know what? First thing I'll be like, is he a good person? Don't bring me someone that's just doesn't know what he wants in life, if you see what I mean. As long as the person knows financially what he wants and can take care of you, I don't mind, if you see what I mean.
Okay.
So
fair enough.
Yeah, literally. And as long as you always tell me from day one.
You're looking at it from a different perspective, from what his value, what he brings. You know, what if it's like he doesn't have a great job, he doesn't have all the things that you require?
I mean, his dad hat came on and he was like, listen.
Because you're thinking about, okay, he's got a good job, he's got money. You can have a
as long as the person is respectful,
okay,
then I don't mind. But I also, at the same time, remember, I am Muslim, so I would expect her to marry another Muslim person, if you see what I mean. If he's a non-Muslim, it will kind of be a barrier that we have to cross, if you see what I mean. But I would expect you as my daughter to tell me from day one, if you see what I mean. That way I could build a relationship with your husband, if you see what I mean, or your future partner, and then I could see where you're seeing, if you see what I mean. Then rather than just saying, Dad, this is who I'm gonna marry, accept it or not, if you see what I mean. So if we always have that relationship with me and my daughter, then I don't see why things can't be, you know.
I think that's beautiful.
I wasn't trying to stick it on you there,
I know, don't worry.
I need to.
The dad hat came out, he was thinking,
Yeah.
you better know your place, bro.
Okay, let me ask you something though, because you said you will accept anyone that you bring home as long as it, you know, meets expectations, like the values and morals and all these things that you've instilled in your daughter. But it's like you said, don't bring an Asian home. So it goes back to what you say, like obviously we can teach our kids like to be free and love and stuff like that, but it's like also things that things that we parents has been through. Like when they tell you like don't date a certain type of person, it's like are you being racist slightly?
Not really being racist.
It's just cautious.
If you see what I mean.
I feel like it's caution.
For example, the Asian community, you know that mother-in-law is not going to be welcoming. If you see what I mean, you're never going to be good enough for her. You're always going to go around her house. You're going to be called the N-word slightly. Your kid is going to be looked at different because he's a different skin tone, hair, complexion. If you see what I mean. And I know deep inside, I don't want you to go through the whole environment, if you see what I mean. And they tend to be abusive, if you see what I mean. So I don't want you being in that predicament. I'd rather protect you from day one and see. I will explain to you what to expect. I'll be like, this is what's going to happen to you. So expect the worst. Remember, always communicate back to me if I can help you in any way. Like, don't be in that toxic relationship, sorry, where you can't speak to me, if you see what I mean, and then you're getting treated like this and you're crying, and I don't know about it and I can't help you, if you see what I mean.
I love that still.
I love that.
I love that.
A lot of people keep quiet, if you see what I mean. Once you marry outside your culture, you tend to keep to yourself, you and your partner, if you see what I mean. You try to stay away from the community. To avoid any of the backlash. It's true. You're getting cool saying I saw your daughter with a ratata, if you see what I mean.
It's true.
So you suffer a lot of silence, if you see what I mean.
But you know what, saying that, I mean, look at Idris Elba. And look at Idris Elba and his local Somalian wife. They've been going for time. You understand? So I feel like people like that that are in the limelight that can be openly, that can break those kind of stigmas. For example, like they're breaking the stigma about a Caribbean black man and a Somalian. You know?
Hey, he's from Sierra Leone.
Is he from Sierra Leone?
Yeah, calm down.
Is he not? My bad. Sorry. All this time I thought do you know why? Do you know why? Because of that song. No. I come from, I could outdo my thing. So I thought he was Jamaican, fam. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god. But it's just an actor. So
I know.
He's good.
But what I mean is like, you know, it just being someone who is non-Muslim, who is from an African heritage, going with his wife who is from an East African heritage, where it's deemed as this can't work, and then really making it work and thriving in it. That they're really putting, what do you call it, a different perspective for other people to feel comfortable in having a union of different cultures and being able to thrive in it and just loving it. I don't know whether their families accept each other. I don't know, because I don't know them personally. But for what I see, they look like they're having the time of their life, and I think I think that's beautiful, man.
I'm just like,
you can tell that them two are in love. They're in love and they're loving it.
I think they've reached a maturity, if you see what I mean. If they were much younger, I think they might have given into pressure of society and community, because they reached that age in their life where they know what they want, matured, and they're both, as you said, they're both in the line of whatever they want to do.
Exactly.
So it works for them, if you see what I mean. If you're young within London,
it can be a bit harder.
It's
true.
So,
another thing I love about them as well, like they include themselves, like in their, like for example, advertise. Let's do this together. You know what I'm saying? They even have their own podcast. It's like that's having that is just so lovely. Like,
but to be honest, I don't know why it always comes down to the gender, but the guys have it easier always. If you see them,
they do.
I, as a Somali man, can marry whoever I want, and I wouldn't get no backlash. But if it's a female, it's a touchy subject. If you see what I mean,
really? You get
you get treated different. If you see what I mean. Man. So at the end of the day,
it's just the double standard.
It's the double standard.
Because a man can do whatever, and then once a woman does something, she'll be stoned, she'll be cursed, slandered. You know. In the media,
all of that, man.
Hey, I apologize, man. Females, we have to put you guys through this, man.
I mean, it's not directly you lot, but it's society putting us through it. It's culture putting us through it. Because the same way For example, if you have a boy child and you got a girl child, and the boy's sleeping around, and like the boy, and like the boy's mums know, the mum will be like, oh yeah, like he's just being a boy, you know, that's what they do. But if the girl is to sleep around, she'll be like, no, you can't do that. You have to close your leg. No, you can't be a skettle. You can't be a whore. Like, and it's like, but hold on, but your boy child can be a skettle, but me, that's what I have to do. I have to pump up my leg and close my leg like this.
I guess
so.
It's
Yeah,
true, yeah. Because even in like I'm Caribbean, I'm Jamaican. Like even in our household, like the men has it like, a whole lot easier. They have it a whole lot easier because like my cousins.
Not
No, the boys have it a lot easier because if the boys go out there, say have a relationship with a white woman, now they've had a child together. That is easier to be welcomed in the family than me going out there as a female and dating a white man and like all of that. It's just same as you say, like you know they're racist. They'll say all these things behind. Say
they will try to.
Back. They'll make you feel a certain type of way. But as a man, it's like I don't know. You don't have to be so overly like
protective.
No.
I don't know
how to say that one, but
I feel like, well, how I view it is like, as a guy, at the end of the day, you have to go there and get permission. To produce a family and stuff like that. I feel like maybe the mothers or the parents are nurturing the females to represent for this guy that's gonna come. Because at the end of the day, guys have their own preference, what they look for in a female, what they want and stuff like that. So maybe that's my only point of why I feel like maybe we have more freedom or laid back a little bit to how a female is raised. You know what I'm saying? But another question I want to ask as well, just maybe for women, what's your thought on maybe as a successful black man who's worked hard to make it to the top? Football, whatever it is, and then now
I know where this is going.
Got a white
woman, and then he had a white woman on his arm.
And then now, maybe during my journey, I was with a black female, and then whatever it didn't work out. And then now I'm with a white female who's treating me a lot better.
I'll let you know about this one.
What goes through your head when you see that?
Okay.
Like, because I've seen it on socials.
Okay.
Like,
all the time. NBA.
What I think is,
yeah.
What I think is, okay, cool. How do I word this?
Take your time.
How do I word this? Because I still stick by love is love, innit? But then, now, when you're talking about these footballers and these basketball people, I feel like they get influenced to go with someone who is non-black. Okay, I'm talking about the black ones, yeah?
Okay.
I feel like they get influenced to fit this image of, cool, I'm a successful football player and this is my trophy wife kind of thing. I think that's a stigma that is embedded into them, and I feel like it's kind of in their contract as well, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like in that NDA they put you cannot openly date a black woman.
That is such an outrageous
You know what?
comment.
I don't know, but when you deep it now, you think about it.
But on a serious note, 90%. 90% of footballers, basketball players, or any kind of sports person, you'll see the other half is white, fam.
Right,
it's only people like Steph Curry or Raheem Sterling that actually have partners that are black or even mixed race. You understand? Yeah. So it's actually a high percentage of people of those kind of people that have a white counterpart. So that's why I'm saying, is it in their contract or something? Because it's like, I understand you can have a preference, but are you telling me that the majority of them only like white women or only like someone who's non-black? Like, come on, man.
That's true.
I don't fully believe that. I actually don't fully believe that. I feel like they even pushed to it, or it's in their contract that they can't go with someone who's like not white.
Exactly. Now you got a point. Honestly, I see it, and it made me think like, bro. So are you saying like, when you get to a certain stage in your life,
let's just put it back to you. If you had money, had status, would you date a white girl?
you have to marry the white woman. Like,
Would you though?
no,
Why not?
because like, actually, I'll take that back because it depends if I'm connected with that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if I'm connecting myself with a black person, I'm not gonna be like, yo, I wanna reach this. I wanna be making 10 million, but I can't make 10 million a year with having you because I know how the social media is gonna look at us, and maybe I'm not gonna get as many opportunities, like maybe a radio station or whatever, sponsored deals, advertisement. Or whatever, you know, just little things like companies like to pick.
That's what I'm
You know
saying.
Like,
That's what I'm saying.
He's with a black woman. Nah, it doesn't look good in our marketing. You know what I'm saying?
You know, you don't actually deep it until you're actually in the industry. I tell you this, like, even as an artist, like, you don't know what, like, it's like in the industry and what they want you to market and whatnot before you're actually in there.
Yeah.
Maybe if you have guidance, like people around you who's done this thing before and they can show you certain things.
Yeah.
But some people, and I feel like even in the football, the basketball, the sports industry, it's like who you surround yourself with, because these people are training like 4 days a week.
Yeah.
They barely see their families. It's like if you're predominantly around white people and you're like connecting with these people, obviously emotionally it's gonna grow on you, and you're gonna have a different outlook and vision when it comes on to like dating and whatnot.
As well,
so all these footballers here, all these basketballers, all these people here in sports and whatever, because it's not so diverse or were misrepresented, I think we don't actually meet each other and like bump into each other.
No, I know you mean.
Depends on your schedule and lifestyle.
Yeah. So
I mean, I can kind of also like share a little light on it because.
Oh, because you're a big time athlete. Big time athlete.
I'm a little time. I'm a little time.
Tell us about this.
Because
look at them legs, son. Them running legs.
track star.
He's a runner. He's a track star.
You know, every time I slap it, someone always says that shit. I'm like, oh my god, I love it.
Where do you train though?
What's it called? Near. I mean, I'm not gonna say the place, but it's near Shepherd's Bush. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
And
I thought it was Crystal
Ziana.
Palace.
And Ziana.
The closest to me is Crystal Palace. I thought you was
Palace,
in
yeah,
them
that's a
sides.
good track as well. But I
There's
feel
two
like
in as well.
Sorry to cut you off, but I feel like it's not so much, and sometimes the person within himself, it's the surrounding and what they're seeing and what kind of deals they get. Because I'm training hard, I'm working harder than that person, and they're with a white person or stuff like that. They're getting better deals than me, more money, different lifestyle. Because at the end of the day, these ballers, they want to
Your
flex.
kids are gonna be light skinned
It's
as
a
well.
package.
Yeah, they want to flex. They want their image to look like the best families. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
But how about like in real life, apart from like, because I've never dated a footballer, I know what that lifestyle is like, or I'm not like one of those girls who's like, oh yeah, I would like to date a footballer to experience that lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm used
If
to
you
my
want,
everyday
I'll
life.
let you know.
Shit.
I would let you know. I've got some
Oh
plugs,
man, nah. But like in real life though, like
Right.
the people around me and my day-to-day life, like in real life, let's not talk about what I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's like even in your real life, it's like people like you want a whole package when you're dating somebody, right?
Yeah.
You want somebody who's financially, emotionally, and mentally stable.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that you're gonna look at a girl and not date her because she don't have everything together, but these are expectations that men look for in relationships.
Yeah.
But this thing has happened though. Like, I know a few that are with white people, and
Because of how they're
they
set
look,
up.
they look happy and in maybe in the when they do snaps and stuff like that. But behind the scene, it's not that.
Yeah.
You know, it's a totally different story, and you can just feed off the energy as well. It's like
It's
Yeah.
different.
you're
though, if
forcing
see
it,
what I
like, you know
mean.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, well, they have kids together, everything. That's another thing as well. Once
Yes.
you start having kids, the whole social media starts like, oh my god, look at they look like a perfect family.
Perfect
and stuff.
couple.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
literally.
saying? So,
But then at the same time, it depends because when you're with a black woman doesn't take shit. No offense if you see her. She will tell you.
It's true.
She'll tell you if you're wrong. If you see
Yeah.
her. And
She'll
a lot
tell
of
you
black
straight
men
up.
can't handle that if you see what I mean.
Because
it makes them
a
feel
white woman will just
emasculated.
emotionally
Yes.
just speak to you if you see her without raising her voice. But a black woman will be like, I'm not taking your shit if you see what I mean. Get your act together. You need to do this. You need to do that. She will have her way if you see what I mean. You can't change her mindset of or who she is, if you see what I mean. Maybe some man are insecure on
But I
what's
think-
a woman, if you see what I mean.
But I think that is also based off of what black women have to endure on a daily basis anyway.
Okay.
So going into a relationship, you're not gonna have no man tell you nothing when you have to fight for yourself every day at work,
exactly.
in public, to your family, to whatever. Do you understand? So I get it. Obviously, yes, we are very stern and very and very assertive in what we want. But at the same time, a black man shouldn't feel emasculated by that, because he should understand that he knows
Like the
what what we go through anyway.
Exactly,
So he should understand. Okay, cool. This is not coming from a place of, oh, I want to be bossy or I want to be, you know, a bitch. It's just that. You know, she's just very strong-headed, and I think we shouldn't be shunned for being strong-headed, or the man should be feeling emasculated. Obviously, I can't, you know, what anyone feels, but at the same time, they should have that kind of understanding that, okay, cool, like, you know, she already has to go through so much, and society already puts this kind of, you know, heavy weight on us already. So I'm gonna let her have her peace. Obviously, within means. Don't go to no extremes where you're trying to fight the man and whatever. Like, you understand? But, you know, just being assertive, that's what it is. It's being assertive and just standing in your truth and standing in your values, you understand?
That's true.
And
that's a good point you made.
I feel like, this is going to sound controversial,
Go for it.
but I feel like if it was a white woman that was doing it, or maybe, or even an Asian, just someone who's non-black, who was speaking to him in the same way, he would take he would take it. Because at the end of the day, he'll feel like, he'll just be like, oh yeah, you know, that's kind of sexy, that's fierce.
Yeah,
but
I know them like that.
you understand? It's a, they'll be like, oh yeah, it's sexy. Like, I love it when she gets angry at me. Do you know what I mean? But then when it's a black woman, oh, she's just being aggressive, she's being ghetto, she's being ratchet, and it's like,
true.
nigga,
Why do they do that though?
Yeah, I've seen that shit.
yeah.
And
But
I've
let's not
witnessed
actually
it,
even
and I've
forget.
thought like, how are you taking this from a white woman, but you
Exactly.
go around bashing all your sisters for speaking to you like this, but you're actually accepting
Exactly.
it. It's just like, it blows my mind, because
Crazy,
these are the same men that will go tell their friends, oh yeah, don't put up with her because his girlfriend and him is having an argument.
Yeah,
Just
true,
because
true.
you're good with like the easy way out of your situation with a white woman. Sorry, I don't mean to sound like
No, but
it's
it's based off of experience. It's real, man. It's real.
We have to talk about just kind of things anyways.
And then it begs the question. Okay, sorry, I've got to get real controversial. but it begs the question.
Hey, I feel like
cool. But honestly, no. It begs the question. Yeah. Cool. Right. So you wouldn't take that from a black partner. So your own mother, who is black, who birthed you.
Yeah.
Would you have the same mentality towards your mother?
Okay.
No.
Do you understand?
Different.
You wouldn't have the same mentality. because
mum as well.
that's your mum. You understand?
But at the same time, the reaction would be like, you're not my mum. Like, why are you speaking to me like this? Like, move, like you're being annoying. Stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like, you know, your mom's black, my mom's black. So the way how she raised you to not take bullshit, she raised me like that.
Exactly.
Well. So I guess it's just meeting in the middle, and above all,
Crazy,
like
I don't think they'll take it personally.
learning how
as
to
a black
communicate
man,
with each other. Like, I think communication is.
Because me see how some
To back up the man them though,
me see how some of them
Yeah.
white
Back up
people
the
them
man
talk to
then,
them.
though.
Yeah.
we do sometimes see as well the other way around. Like
What?
a black female
Yeah.
marry a white guy.
Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes
I wanted to ask you lots that question.
Yeah.
Like,
I
how
feel
does
some
it
type
feel?
of way. Personally, I'll be honest with you. I feel some type of way.
Okay.
When I see
And
a
what makes you
young,
feel that type of way?
beautiful black girl with a white guy, I'll be like, why him?
Right,
If you see
yeah,
me, that's the only
yeah,
question I
no,
get
I
asked.
mean,
I'll
that
always
is
say,
true.
why him? There's enough
Yeah.
black men that can, you know, make
Chocolate.
you happy at the same time. So
But
I'm
then
like,
that boils down to preference.
yeah, well,
So
yeah.
maybe have preference.
I give them
it's
dirty looks.
just-
Can't lie to
it's-
you.
See,
Yeah.
you see now.
Okay, cool. Do you know what?
You see what? You see
Do you know
being
what?
caught out.
I
You
guess
being
it's
caught
not
out.
the standards.
No,
No,
hold on.
I guess it
No.
is. It's
Thank you.
reversed.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all didn't let me land, man.
All right, land.
I just took off the plane and I sailed and I couldn't land.
Tornado wave.
Okay, cool.
Good.
When I say in preference, yeah,
Yeah.
cool. I understand that's preference, and the same way when you flip it, it can also be preference, yeah. but it doesn't eradicate, you know, that same feeling. The same way if I see a black man with a white one, I'm just like, oh man, like,
what went wrong?
Because I'm so strong for black love, that's why I think like that. But at the same time, I can't judge him for being with someone who is not black, because love is love. The same way, nobody can judge me for being with a woman, because love is love. You understand? So to that point, yeah, cool. Like, let them do their thing. But yes, does it feel a bit like?
For us, it does.
For us, it's just like, fam, like, it does hurt. But then at the end of the day, how are you gonna get mixed race people? How are you gonna get light skinned people?
That is a good one, though. That is actually interesting.
How are you gonna get? How are you gonna get all these mixed race people that people like and whatever? You have to mix the cultures.
I never say never with love.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, it goes back to like my upbringing. Like, I felt like growing up, it was very strict on what you should date and who you should go for and whatnot, just because I was raised by my dad. Like, you know, there's certain things that he like expect. But I think growing up as well, I always look around me and I always see like, you know, like you see like these happy interracial couple, and then I go back home and I see like people around me really struggling, but they're like black couples.
That's
and
a good one there. That's an interesting one there. I mean, you see it in films as well, you know.
Personally,
TV shows,
but they're really happy though.
You know.
Or is that just for an image because you went out?
I know, but that when you're young, that plays a mind, and you're like, oh, I want to look. I want my family to maybe look like that.
And it could be to how you was raised as well. Because back home, I'm telling you, when I was younger, there's a thing where like the community that I grew up was predominantly light skin, mixed race, whatever. Like if you look at my mom and my little brother, they're light skin. And the thing is, like, being in that community, even your own people call you nigger, or it means nigger in Jamaica, and it's like, it make you not, how do I say, like,
how does that make you feel?
I love yourself.
It doesn't make you love yourself to want to love somebody who's the same kind as you. It makes you think like, if I go for somebody who's white or a white man or whatever, like a tourist man or whatever, it'll make you feel better or make you feel more attractive, but it doesn't.
But at the end of the day, it always comes down to culture and religion. That's where people get it mixed, because religion always says love, peace, you can marry who you want, but then your culture is different.
Exactly.
So my religion tells me I can marry any human being because we're all equal, if you see what I mean. But then my culture might have their preference, or we might stay within our own community, if you see what I mean. So then sometimes they try to suppress you by using the religion against you, be like, oh, you can't disobey your parents.
Exactly,
I mean?
And then you feel guilt tripped.
You can't disobey
Using low blows.
Emotional blackmail. Emotional blackmail.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes trying to break that culture is,
Yeah, but I suppose the culture as well, but I feel like back home as well, you teach your kids to love their skin and don't bash them with all these like racist comments. And I think you have different outcomes, like when it comes on to dating and love and relationships, like what they're looking for in themselves. You know?
And also, let's not forget, you know, you live in Europe, you're going to obviously
be exposed to all kind of different cultures.
You got people maybe in Africa or whatever, that's all they see every day.
Yeah,
it's true. That's all they see every day. So when someone abroad comes over and wants to get married, he's like, of course, as a parent, you're gonna be like, yo,
I'm not gonna
I don't trust this one.
When I came to this country, back home, all I knew was black people, if you see what I mean. Like, people that look like me, tall, skinny, and that's it. So when I came here, year 5, year 6, going into school, I'm just seeing mixed race kids, white kids, black kids, and I'm it's their skin tone. I'm looking at them in a weird way because I'm a young little lad, if you see what I mean, and I'm seeing people from different background, and I'm like, wow, so this is how it is. And literally, I accepted everyone. I met gay people. I met straight. How old was I when I came here? I think I was like 6, 7.
Okay.
So I've worked in retail where I've literally met
all kind of people in retail.
So you get through your environment and where you work, you learn to accept a lot of people and who they are as well.
Boy, you get a lot of that, boy.
Yeah.
Boy, you have to have patience, boy. You have to have patience and compassion and understanding. So many different cultures there.
Wait, how did we get to Just Eat?
No. Because we're talking about working it.
Working
Yeah.
Great.
So then, what is everybody's preference and why?
Ooh, that's interesting.
I'll say black. Black is beautiful. That's all I will.
And why? And why's your preference?
Because I want my kids to have this. Firstly, no offense, I want them to have the same skin tone as me. If you see what I mean. So for them to know how I lived, the struggle and everything, and how my skin is beautiful. If you see what I mean. How society will always try to break you. If you see what I mean.
I love that.
So if I try to date. So let's just say my kids are light skinned. They won't know that struggle, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'd rather, and also it's easier, if you see what I mean. Being in your own culture, marrying a black person is easier at the end of the day. Then going outside is a bit more complicated. For you. I wouldn't do it. Yeah, personally, I wouldn't do it.
But what on the flip side, like, people actually like black men actually want to like date white women, not for their kids to go through the same struggle that they went through, like racism and.
I just don't see myself with a white woman. I really can't see it, if you see what I mean. It has to be black, if you see what I mean. Yeah. I mean, we'll just get along way easier, if you see what I mean.
Yeah. What about you, D? What's your preference? Me. What's your preference?
Me. The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
I love that one. It's sweet. Sweet.
Like the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Like I think I'm, and I say this as well. I'm not saying there is boundaries when it comes on to love, like for myself. But I'm not saying that I'm gonna like. I would never. I don't know if I would ever.
I've never dated a white guy.
I don't know if I would ever.
Have you ever gone out
if I ever will.
Have you ever gone out
with a white guy?
Yeah.
No.
So you don't know.
Like I don't know, and that's the thing. Like
Do you want to?
Are you trying to shoot your shot?
Come on.
Cameraman's shooting his shot, boy. He said, let me show you this side.
Guys,
but he's not even white though. I'm not even white.
I don't know, guys.
You're not white.
You're not white.
Or would you say
you're an African man?
Asian man, like a Bengali.
I think that's the stretch. I think obviously when it comes on to dating, it also deals with a lot of attraction, like what you're actually attracted to. But that's spiritually, mentally, physically. So when you put it that far, if he fits in what I look for, like, you know, physically and mentally, emotionally,
so we'll say darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, but
with a glimpse,
but with a glimpse of the other side. So
you know, I'm open though. That's what I can say. Like I'm not a closed person. I've been closed off when I was younger because I never really had much room to like have that or be open minded.
You have like,
but.
Two guys.
Do up Love Island. You gotta line up.
Yo, you know when I look at Love Island, the like cast members and stuff like that, like I don't feel that attraction to any of those, like to anyone on there.
But and they never ends well for them. That's two black people on there because they know they're gonna basically work with them
and try to sabotage the whole season.
Exactly.
When I say black, I don't mean like your mixed race black. I'm talking black.
Yeah,
exactly.
But guys, have you noticed though?
The guys, they get lots of them because most of the guys that go on Love Island all come through agencies. That's the harsh truth.
That's
true. Yeah. That are normal applicants. Every time they probably say only 5% of the cast that make it are from the actual application.
That's true.
They start all through agencies because they get paid like I think $3 a week. Every time they're on the show.
Okay.
But they're making money on that show, blood.
They want pretty little thing deals. That's what they want when they
I know. And ASOS deals.
That's true.
Why not get the girls that deals and make their money? Like, you know?
That's true.
So what's your preference, Alison?
Ooh. You know what? Maybe...
Because we've had this conversation before.
Yeah. You know what, when I was younger, I was always like, I want a black girl, you know? Because probably that's all I've witnessed.
Yeah, around you.
Around me and stuff like that. But obviously when I started like dating and stuff, I'm like, I meet great personality, white people as well. So I feel like, black will always be, I don't know, it gives them that extra.
Oof.
Like,
it gives that extra.
I like trouble. It gives that extra, I don't know what it is.
I don't want this.
Yeah, he said I don't want this.
Anyways.
No, not in this lifetime.
it just gives me that extra, love, care. I want to appreciate her, especially what society, whatever, Yeah, I think just, for me, black, definitely.
Black.
But obviously.
But you would be open to other cultures.
Yeah, if she honestly loves me, just,
Wait, guys, can I pull up? When we were having this whole conversation, like, obviously we're saying, like, would you, like, ever date, like, a white person? That's what I'm going off. But I'll definitely date, like, in other, like,
race.
There's some Arab spices and, like,
she said some Arab spice. Watch him.
Do you know what I mean?
What's that? That said Arab spice.
No, but I'm just saying, like...
I mean, that's like going into, like, dissecting it even more if you're gonna
breaking it down. So I'm just breaking it down for anyone listening
right now. Like two colors, like because your one, yours is very interesting.
Why is my one interesting? Because I'm a light woman.
Yeah, like what if a white girl comes to you? Hey baby, I want you.
But have you ever gone there with a white girl though?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and there's so much question on that, ask me. Jesus Christ. Okay, cool. All right, let's go off with the preference first, and then we'll get to these questions after.
Okay, alright.
Cool. So, my preference will forever be a black woman, because the black woman form. Yeah. The way that we can switch up our hair and I'm just so fascinated by my own self being a black woman, and to have another black woman on my side, it's just like it makes me feel powerful. It's just like this is like some real some real deep rooted love. You understand? And it's not like I can't get that from another culture, but it's just that I know how black women can love, like when they love, you understand? And I just want to feel that I want to feel that love from a black woman. I'm not gonna lie, and I just my eyes automatically just go. If you saw me,
just passionate about it.
You understand because
man, them take notes 101. Let's go.
Literally, because if you were to line up, let's say a black woman, an Asian woman, a white woman, a Latino woman, whatnot.
Relax.
My eyes are literally gonna draw to my black queen. And if she have the nice dark chocolate skin come like one after eat, yo, I'm bowing at your knees. I'm literally on the floor bowing at you. Because I just think the richness in melanin in black women, from their eyes, the way the eyes glisten. Ooh, I love me some black women. And I think also it's a cultural thing as well for me as well. I don't wanna have to explain my culture or my experiences to someone who can't relate or understand, because you can educate them, but let me tell you something. When it comes to like stuff that's happening to black people and your partner staying silent, who is a non-black person, what are you gonna say then? Like, you understand?
What's that protest?
And BLM and stuff like that. Not saying that like they have to be frontline with the police and that, but if they can't be vocal about stuff that's happening in your culture and support you, that's a red flag for me. Absolutely. So I would rather try and avoid that and just really be with someone that understands me and understands the struggle that we both go through. Understand? Because someone who's white or someone who's Asian can extend to can sympathize. They can sympathize, but they could never ever feel. Okay. They can never ever feel, because history, his society, they can never ever say that they feel what you feel, or that they get the same treatment as you get. I'm so sorry. They can never. They can only sympathize, empathize, and try to understand, but they will never understand because they've never walked in our shoes. Understand? Yeah. So for me, I'm very pro black. I'm very pro my people. Yeah. So I naturally just want to marry or get involved with someone who is Caribbean or West African or wherever they're from. Just black. Just a black woman. Yeah. Have I dated outside of the black race? Yes, I have.
All right.
Did I enjoy? That? The thing is, do you know what?
He's sweating, bro.
Let me not.
It's getting hot in here.
Yes. Sweat. Jesus. Take my time.
I've never seen you like this, you know?
Do you know what? Yeah, okay.
Yo.
I've tried to date outside of, you know, black women or even black men, because like when I was growing up, I was still figuring out my sexuality. I dabbled and dabbled. So I have, you know, but I've tried to date a white man or tried to date a white woman as well. Okay. And it just wasn't for me, man. And I think it's just down to the culture, like even down to certain jokes. I can't make certain jokes with you, man, because if you laugh, I'm gonna look at you like, why are you laughing at that? Because are you slightly racist or something? You understand?
What culture?
One was Latvian, and the woman was Latvian.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I don't want to stigmatize, but she had like a black woman body. Yeah, that's probably why the reason why she was a tick. She was tick.
And everyone was like, "Darling, where'd you get your butt BBL done?" I'm
No. The girl had body still. She had body. So she was from Latvia, and then the guy who I dated as well, he was Spanish. But he was like from Spain, Spanish. So that's like the white.
Yeah.
That's like the white
Them
ones.
motherfuckers are racist. Well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So for me, when I dated the white guy, I think it lasted like 2 weeks. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it
basically
because it's just that it's that cultural barrier, man. For me, it's actually the cultural barrier. Even with the Latvian girl, it's just like, fam, it's just like, you don't, like, I'm trying to bust joke or watch something, and it's just like you just don't understand it. You just don't get it. You just don't get it.
So
like,
I think I kind of understand where you're going from. You just want that person, like, you don't need to say much.
You know what I mean? And even when it comes down to like the sexual side,
yeah, you just don't get it.
I'm just.
I got a question.
I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. Okay, I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it.
I got a question as well after.
Yeah, I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. You know, I want to see the chocolate. I want to see the chocolate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to see the chocolate down there. Like,
it gives you that.
But like that's just me. Like, I just want to.
Fair,
because I love the black woman body. I want to see the chocolate down there too. Fair. You know. No. Yeah. Understand? But it's not saying that you know that like anything else is ugly or disgusting. It's just that
that's
me.
Not the point.
That's what gets
your preference.
That's what gets the stallion
top notch.
Thumping. You understand?
Oh gosh, guys, break.
Yeah, go on.
I got a question. So, if it's offensive or anyway, just let me know. Yeah.
No, it's cool.
So, you dating another woman? Have you ever got or faced anything racist, or would you say people looking at you differently or commenting? If you see what I mean.
Let me tell you something. These Jamaican uncles.
Making slight diss.
Let me tell you something,
yeah? God.
Let me tell you something.
You got stories.
Let me tell you something, yeah? It even happened to me the other day, yeah? Some girl I was dating. Yeah. We was walking down East Street. I was holding her hand.
Campbell.
Yeah. And if you know East Street, if any of you know East Street, you know that's the ghetto. That's the ghetto. That whole strip is the ghetto.
Yeah.
Cool. So two Jamaican uncles on a bike, they saw us holding hands, and the first thing that came out of my mouth, sodomite.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna turn around. No, I'm gonna turn around and watch them. It's like
sodomite is someone who's a homo who likes the same gender.
Yeah.
It's from the Bible.
I was gonna ask that.
It's like
it's a very derogatory way of saying gay.
Yeah, basically. It's basically like saying faggot.
Wait, I swear there was that thing with Sodoma and Gomorrah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with Sodoma and Gomorrah, something like that.
Yeah. It's a biblical thing.
Yeah, but basically, they was basically dissing us. Yeah. Even though it's a black woman, you know, and she's beautiful, whatever.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter. Because for them it's like, oh yeah, wrong 2 women burn that fire for that. Yeah. But in my head I'm just thinking, but what? Because if you were to see 2 women kissing up in front of you and doing whatever,
you'd be getting excited.
The thing with that like this. You understand? Yeah. So obviously back to your question. I think within the LGBT community, from what I've experienced, it's not looked down upon as much to be interracial.
Okay.
Because we're both women. I don't know. It's
and you've already kind of like
it's weird.
Broke that barrier once.
Yeah.
Like you're already gay.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna date somebody else. So
Yeah.
what's new? What's next?
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like so it's like it's a bit easier because it's like, okay, you're already gay, so we don't expect you to now be gay and also only stick with someone who's white or black or Asian.
Yeah.
Because the LGBT community is very diverse. Very diverse. Yeah. So it's not looked down upon as, oh yeah, why is she going with a white girl kind of thing, as much as it would be as if a black man was going with a white girl. So so we're more accepting because we already have to go through homophobia and all these other things. Yeah. It's like to now come and ridicule someone because they want to go with a white, like a black boy wants to go with a white boy, or a black woman wants to go with a white woman, or an Asian wants to go. You don't understand? They don't really look down on it. And I've seen some Somalian lesbians in there as well. You know, doing their thing. So
they're coming out.
Yo, I've seen some Arabs. So listen, when I tell you it's multicultural in that community.
They keep it hidden though. The Somalians and the Arabs. Well,
not the ones I saw.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen one.
They was out. Baffle me.
They was out.
Like, Somalia's always like, I don't know, very cultural.
They tend to be religious and cultural.
You know
stick to.
So when I hear, so you lot actually are about that life as well.
Yeah, of course.
It's 21st century.
But you're gonna find LGBT in any country.
Yeah, that's true.
But can we actually
not back home, but but yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be back home, but they'll be
here as well.
They'll be undercover
as well.
Under the earth.
They'll be undercover.
But that's like say even back home then, like Jamaica is one of the most homophobic countries in the world. Like you get hammered for being gay,
and if you crash dress out there,
because I know like certain countries like Uganda, they burn you.
Yeah, in Nigeria you get 14 years imprisonment, I heard, or you get burned right in the street. Yeah, like, that's
a bit dumb.
Things crazy, fam. Things crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What am I hearing? Burning like prison?
For being a homosexual. Yeah.
Yes.
And what's that based off of? Culture. It's a cultural thing.
Okay, but can we talk about like the end result of like not just the end result, but the the produce of interracial marriage and the result of like reproducing, like having kids and whatnot. They might go through like some crazy stuff like that. It's like they go through racism from black people, racism from white people. It's like how did they find
family sides? Exactly.
Yeah, how did they find that medium in society? And you know.
Oh, interesting. I mean, you can start us off because you were.
I don't know where to start because obviously I only have black mom and black dad.
Yeah, that's true.
Only thing I can say is that my mom's light and my dad's dark. So if anything, like certain places that I go with my mom or certain places that I go with my mom, like they're very welcoming to her. But then when they find out that I'm her daughter, it's a bit like,
like,
do you know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah, my mom's on the lighter, from the lighter spectrum of the black spectrum as well.
She might get.
But she's black. But my dad is more like my.
Darker,
it's more my tone.
Yeah. So basically, you asking for like a conclusion or solution.
Yeah, it's
solution
like
or whatever.
I don't know because that's a discussion that I'd have to have with somebody who's that.
I don't think there'll ever be like.
But it's hurtful though, getting it from your own family, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
From both sides, treating you different. It's not your choice, if you see what I mean. It was the choice of your parents. That produced you, and now you gotta live with it. If you see what I mean, you shouldn't expect hate from your own family side. If you see what I mean, treating you whether it's your skin tone or how you feel about yourself or how you identify yourself. If you see
because back home we say bun. Like sometimes, like even when I was younger, like this used to be a thing. Like we used to say like bond these like white peoples and whatnot. But then when you actually grow up and mature and you see like your family dating like on the whiter spectrum or just like different cultures and whatnot, and they actually have kids and whatnot, my little nieces and nephews, I love them to bits. Nothing matters. Like nothing. Yeah. Nothing matters. Literally.
But then, you know, some of them like navigating their way through the two different cultures now, it's hard for them. Because I know some mixed race people, and they're like, sometimes I feel like I can't be too white, and sometimes I feel like I can't be too black. And I feel like when I have to go around my white family, I have to kind of change myself a little bit, and then when I go around my black family, I have to change myself a little bit. And like I can't listen to like this kind of music, and I can't eat this kind of food. And I can't. Do you understand? So I feel like, you know, that is sometimes a downside of interracial coupling, because okay, cool, yes, you and that person, cool, you're cool with it, but now when you have kids, it's gonna be story. You have to keep it like that now. It's gonna be you know, something for them to now have to navigate, not just through your families, but through life, because it's gonna be like, oh yeah, but you know, I got this from auntie. Are you really black? Are you really white? Are you really Asian? Are you really this? You understand? And it's like, okay, well, why are you attacking me? It's not me that came into. I didn't bring myself into this world. You got a point. Do you understand?
So it's like, I hope like people that listen to this podcast that's like mixed race or like you know, born from a interracial couple, and they can give their opinion on it, because I can't speak for you. The only thing I can say is like, obviously, like, say for like my cousins, then say that's dated like dating like a white woman or have a child with a white woman or whatnot. There's that stage as well where it's like, cool, I can say certain things to a black woman, like say certain stuff to her. That's what I'm saying. But certain things I can't say to my white baby mom or whatever it is, because soon as I say something mad, then the law gets involved.
Exactly, when the law gets involved.
And you get what I'm saying? There's also that stigma there as well. Not even just a stigma, but a reality for black men dating outside of their race. So it's like,
I'm gonna run away with my kids.
Obviously, guys.
But honestly, we can keep going. Like, there's so many
another one could
to
be
open.
Bleaching.
Listen, there's so much stuff to it.
So many ways you
come like you need a part 2, fam.
We need a part 2.
Because
we can do that next time.
And the chemistry is nice, you know, it's just like intertwined nicely, obviously. But obviously, like I said in the beginning of the podcast, the reason why I have not been able to be consistent, because outside of the podcast, and I'm working on a fashion event, which I would like to meet some of our audience, you know. So if you are available for
and meet us.
Yes.
Live and direct,
I want to
baby.
see you guys there as well. You know?
And yes, I am this hyper in person.
If you want to meet Naomi,
if people need proof, the cameraman agrees.
If you want to meet Naomi in person, you know, how she thinks, nitpick her brain a little bit. This is the perfect opportunity for you guys, honestly. So the 13th of August, I'm going to put a flyer in the video as well. It's where we're going to be having a fashion show. So you guys are invited as well. Yeah?
What area?
Jeez!
That's how you're going to watch the video. To find out where.
Maybe somewhere nice.
See, we're not even getting the exclusive tea. Like, what's going on with the whole? Like, he needs to do better.
Exactly, honestly. But yeah, man, it's going to be fun. It's going to be networking as well. You're going to meet other influencers. And yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting some of our guests. And, well, our guest that's been here already. Yeah. And our community. And more. I feel like we're building a little community. I feel like we're going to branch out, spread. And I just can't wait for the next 5 years where we are. This podcast. It's going to be exciting.
It's exciting.
Come on. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yes, any last thoughts, any last opinions you guys want to add before I end it?
Do you want to give our viewers a little, what's going to happen next one?
Conclusion, solution.
So what did we come to, guys? Love is love,
love is love.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, love is love. Everyone has their preference. As long as you don't bash another race or culture because of your preference. That's my only thing. Don't be going and saying, oh yeah, white woman this and black woman this because your preference is Asian woman or whatever.
I feel like we're still gonna have our opinions at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And respectfully, we are gonna agree to disagree, but it's been a healthy discussion so far.
Of course, and that's society. Society will always be like that. Yeah. So, thank you for watching. Just Unplug. Keep learning, unlearning, and relearning. Yeah. I'll catch you guys on the next episode.
Peace out.
Yeah.